Hey, it's almost mail time, but not quite. I got some lovely, lovely Christmas gifts. Cameraman, there you go. This was from Donna Craig. It's the entire cast of the Golden Girls, and it's autographed. But then when I looked in the back here, it has a certificate of authenticity, which reads that this reprint you are purchasing is printed from a certified original autograph photo, which means it's not really the real photo or the real autographs. But Donna Craig, I don't care. This is beautiful.
Still look good. Rue McClanahan still looking sexy.
Yeah. All right, and then I got a special houseboy pack from Robert James in New York. I got the blindfolds. The blindfolds. There we go. There we go. I got the tarp. Because you know things get messy. Things get messy. But you know what I love? This is ingenious. It's a disposable coverall because there's always splatter and splutter.
But if I know you, you don't like to dispose those.
I don't.
You like to hold
I make them into a lovely shawl. And also I got some handcuffs. There's some handcuffs.
Nice.
These are going to Jack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Crazy weekend.
Duct tape. You always need duct tape, the most important thing.
You do.
Vaseline, because you never know where the night's going to lead.
We do.
And of course, when you need things to fit in a place where they don't fit, this always comes in handy. All right. To the mail. Oh, what? I can't believe it either.
Come to think of it, security.
It's absolutely amazing. It's mail time. The address is redeye at foxnews.com. You write, I read, then we knock off a liquor store wearing old prom dresses. Here we go. Rebecca leads things off. Quote, I find your article more boring than articles in USA Today. I only kept reading it to see if you had anything of value to say. You didn't.
Wow.
Rebecca, I read your letter hoping to see if you had anything of value to say. You didn't. My only satisfaction is imagining that while you wrote this letter, I was having cocktails with a bevy of rich, beautiful, and powerful friends. That didn't actually happen, but I like to imagine it. Will from Florida writes, if you were schizophrenic and had regular conversations with an animal which commanded you to kill, what kind of animal would you want to get your orders from?
If.
That's a good question.
I know.
I can't believe he said if.
He's posing this as a hypothetical. It is actually real.
Let's pretend we live in a world where this could be so.
Well, I would like to get my orders to kill from a manatee, otherwise known as a sea cow.
Sea cow, yes.
Andy checks in. I liked you better when you were still the lead singer of Smash Mouth. When can we expect a follow-up to Astro Lounge? That CD has been in my disc changer since 1999. And I still don't get tired of being an all-star. That's a song, I guess, huh? Hey, Andy, I'm also a fan of Smash Mouth, especially their song Walking on Sunshine. I played it at my first wedding, which later had to be annulled because of an issue over the legal definition of a species. Tom from Atlanta writes, you showed a sleepy panda with its privates blurred out. It's 3 a.m. We're watching cable. What are you trying to protect us from?
Such a good point. That is such a good point.
I think this is a case where the censorship is more offensive than the censored. He's right.
That is so true.
That guy's a genius.
He is a genius.
Hire him.
Tom, that's an amazing question. We blurred the panda's privates as a trick to see who would write in to complain that they couldn't see the panda's privates. Congratulations, you pervert. The cops will be at your residence shortly. If they happen to start stripping, that is purely coincidental because they might be strippers. Kim from Lewiston, Idaho writes, Andy Levy always seems angry. Have you considered giving him a hug to help him feel better? Kim, I would give him a hug, but Andy doesn't know when to stop.
Why are you posing for a mugshot?
The last time I hugged Andy, we ended up getting a condo together. Those were the best days of my life. Even if he did talk me into some very expensive and irreversible surgery.
Cleaver.
Yes. How did this get into Fox? A. Caldereo asks...
Get your fingerprints on it.
I know. Yeah, when you're using analogies, can you please use possessive pronouns? Quote, if his intelligence were or if her beauty were Thanks.
Aww.
Thanks, you're absolutely right. It should be a possessive pronoun. Also, while I have your attention, I'm doing a survey. What's it like to be lonely? It's true. Somebody could have sent this as a murder weapon, and I have, like, all this stuff could have been used in a crime.
Your DNA is all over it.
Or it will be. And finally, Bob from Ashburn, Virginia writes, I noticed there's a window behind you. Could you tell me exactly where it is so I can stare at the back of your head during the show? Sure, it's 1211 Avenue of the Americas, New York City. Show up early, bang on the window, and you may win a special prize. It's a fresh batch of homemade snacks. I call them bitter fritters.